Henschel Roth TV.
They were the highest paid lounge cover act of all time. But egos and drugs almost destroyed Henschel and Roth.
Henschel and Roth.
We were just kids.
Suzanne, Susie, Lynn Henschel, and Robin Ann Roth met as child performers on the vaudeville circuit. They immediately bonded over a fondness for cover tunes and cats in sweaters.
You need something that's going to lighten your day, lighten your mood. And for us, that was cats in sweaters.
Soon they were playing bars and steakhouses across the country.
Our first show was at a Sizzler in Pomona. And I remember I was so nervous. And Roth at the time was dating a busboy there, Diego, and he got us the gig.
They were often requested at the White House and were favorite guests on hit TV shows like Hollywood Squares, Sonny and Cher, Love Boat, and Donahue. While Henschel and Roth enjoyed unprecedented success with American audiences, some outspoken critics panned the act for lack of depth and accused the duo of ripping off other artists.
Susie would worry about what the critics were saying about us. And I mean, we had to take a few extra pills that month to get through it, because they just ripped us apart, but the audiences loved us.
I gave Jimmy Carter a hand job.
They decided to try their act overseas, hoping to find a more receptive audience.
We were the youngest girls on the circuit that weren't sold to gypsies back then. It was a tough time.
A fateful trip to London brought them a whole new generation of fans.
We went to London to do some shows and ended up staying 2 years.
The two became very close with dark alternative band Depeche Mode and struggled a very public battle with heroin addiction.
Dave Gahan was really annoying. Really annoying English guy, you know, always shooting up, always, you know, feeling sorry for himself. It kind of got depressing after a while, you know. I was like, maybe you should take some antidepressants or something, or like take like an aerobics class or something, because you're bumming me out.
Upon returning to Los Angeles, Henschel and Roth were signed to Death Row Records by the notorious Suge Knight. They spent the next few years dabbling in gangster rap.
I have to say, I already had ties with Jadifi, who is our weed dealer, into that world. That was our gate into that world. And you know, they're like, why don't you come to some of our concerts? And before we knew it, Susie and I were on stage. It was Henschel and Roth and Snoop Dogg.
Suge was a teddy bear. He was really misunderstood, and he's a really beautiful, tender man, and the people he killed deserved it. I mean, you know, and anything he may have done to me, I deserved too.
Those were some really fun years. Easy.
Robin Roth refers to this period as the Black Years.
That's why I call those the Black Years.
Egos soon drove a wedge between the two artists, and they decided to part ways and pursue solo careers.
It was all about spirituality and grow, like Madonna's Ray of Light album, like what she was trying to do then. But I was doing it from a real place. I spent some time at an ashram and I just cleansed my soul, you know.
Sunspots at the beach and my other song, Miami, were extremely painful to write. The song My New Mercedes-Benz, that took me 2 months. I put my heart and soul into that song.
Both albums were panned by critics, and they both suffered huge financial and personal loss.
I ran into Roth at Gelson's, and I hadn't seen her in a couple years. The last time I saw her was at a mutual producer's bar mitzvah. And, you know, it just felt right. It just felt right. Also, the government put a lien on my house.
And now, after almost a decade of virtual silence, Henschel and Roth are back.
Henschel and Roth.
Henschel and Roth.
This interview's over. I think you heard what I stepped.
Henschel and Roth TV. You sure are watching it.